the Weekly Rumble, internationally known and galactically overlooked. We normally put 4 YouTubers together, but tonight we have 2 writers and 2 artists. First up is Mandy Summers, the first female comic skater to have a fully funded and shipped Indiegogo project. She's written Wart the Wizard, Pirate Queen, Super Dead, and Hardcore Cornosaur. Next, the super talented artist Peter Gilmore. He's drawn countless comics and gives the correct answer to all the country songs on Pawn Stars Name That Tune. And he's quite modest, as long as you promise to worship. We've also got Michael Oden, writer of Elysian Fields, The Pyramid Gambit, and The Embrace. Soon. He's got the mind of Socrates and the brain of Einstein. Well, maybe. You'll have to decide. Last, but not least, is the man who needs no introduction, but we'll give him one anyways. Anthony Romano, better known as Dark Gift Comic Presents. He's got open mic nights. He's a dead ringer on Name That Tune, and he's not bad to look at either. So, if you're ready, it's time for the Weekly Rumble Special ComicsGate Edition number 2. Let's get ready to rumble! You know, it would help if I actually learned how to do this stuff, and not have this stuff up. Oh my God, how about that? Well, guys, how you doing? It is time for the Weekly Rumble, and I see we've got some people out there, maybe in the chat and stuff. LEG Pixels, Garrett, Positive Candor, thank you guys for being here. Hopefully we get a lot more people because this is going to be a great show tonight. I want to thank Anthony of Dark Gift Comic Presents for doing that speed draw intro. I asked him to do that all of like 24 to 36 hours ago, and he got it to me this morning. I couldn't be happier with that, and I love that he did that. Thank you very much, Anthony. When you come in here, you can pimp yourself out and all that good stuff, guys. We got some talented people here. 2 writers, 2 artists, and ComicsGate. What a better way to represent ComicsGate than to have these people on. And as Anthony likes to say a lot of times, not every time, but he likes to use this. He says, ComicsGate, back a project, back a dream. And it's honestly true. These guys are independent people, and they do these comics to give you good quality content. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring in first Mr. Anthony of Dark Gift Comic Presents. Anthony, how are you doing today?
Good, brother. How you been, man?
I've been doing pretty good. And again, thank you so much for that great intro. That was awesome.
No, it was fun. I appreciate you having me on.
All right. Up next, we're going to bring in Mr. Peter Gilmore of Peter Gilmore Art. Peter, how you doing?
Good. Very, very good, sir. Very good.
Great. It's only like, what, 2 in there?
No, one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
At the moment, yeah. Much earlier than Name That Tune.
Yes, that's true. I didn't think about it like that. You're like, it's almost time to get up for most people when you're on that. So
by the time Name That Tune finishes, it's like this, breakfast time.
Yes. All right, and then we're gonna bring in Mr. Michael Oden, The Embrace. That's your new thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That is our new thing.
You just announced that today, didn't you? Or I just saw it show up today.
A week ago.
A week ago. Okay.
Yeah, like we announced it about a week ago, and then we got some big publicity because we have the Barton brothers did a variant for us, and it looks freaking vicious.
Okay.
And so that's been going everywhere.
All right. Well, Mandy will be here hopefully soon. If not, we'll work around that. I've had 3 people on before, so if that happens, It's okay. She's got a very, very busy life, kids and all that stuff. I know how it can be. Things can happen without notice. So if she's here, great. If not, we will work around it. I'm going to give you guys a real quick rundown of how this works. I think, Anthony, you've been on once or twice before.
Yeah, it's been a while, so yeah.
I think Peter's been on before.
Yeah.
But Michael, have I had you on? I think I was going to, and I think
you're first time for me.
Yeah. Okay. So, we have some changes, but basically this is the thing. We all gave 2 topics. I gave 2 topics. You all gave 2 topics. That's for a total of 10 topics. And what we'll do is the wheel of topics will spin and pick the topic. We will also use the wheel of time. The wheel of time will pick how much time you guys have to talk about that said topic. Now, after that time, we will give you 30 seconds if you would like to either give a point of agreement or a rebuttal, as some people here call it. 30 seconds is all you get, but you have to tell me you want to do that as soon as the person finishes. If you don't tell me, I'm not going to ask. So if you have something to add or something to contradict what they say or change, put your 2 cents in, that's 30 seconds you get, and you can earn 5 points extra if I think you did a good job of agreeing or disagreeing, however you do it. Mm-hmm. Also, you have a mulligan. That mulligan is good to take time from 1 minute to 5 minutes. Those are the time limits we have: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If it spins on a 1 and you want to add time to 2 minutes, even 1 minute over, whatever the time was, you can earn 2 spins of the Wheel of Points. The Wheel of Points is how you get your points, okay? It's not based off of me, unless the wild card wheel picks. The points do matter, because that's how we get winners now, is we have points and all that fun stuff. If the wild card wheel doesn't pick either the wheel of winners or the points do matter, then we go to what we call the final 5. The final 5 are 5 questions that I have made that you guys will have to guess how I answered. Only 2 people, the top 2 point earners, get to go to the final 5. So I'm going to make sure I have the wheel of time up here, because I think I forgot to do that. Go figure. I sometimes I'm on point, sometimes I am not. Today I am partially on point. Okay. We'll make sure we move that around. Oh, and sometimes I happen to bring people on here that I call the wild card. Today, instead of the wild card wheel, we have Mr. JJ, aka Sith Lord 3827. He is your wild card. So he gets to decide what happens to you guys. So instead of the wild card wheel, we are going to go to JJ. JJ knows everything that is on the wild card wheel, and he has picked something. I don't know what it is. So we'll ask him. JJ, what have you picked?
Well, you haven't described everything, Chris, from what I'm catching up on. Did you forget to tell them about their mulligan? Oh, no. Yeah,
I did.
Okay. All right. Well, see, I looked through the questions. All 10 questions, Chris's, Anthony's, Peter's, Mandy's, and Michael's. And one thing stuck out to me. And guess what, guys? You get to thank Mandy for this if and when she...
No. I know what it's going to be. No.
Oh, please tell me, Peter, please.
Well, it's not that no. Because just in case she's listening.
What am I going to pick? Please enlighten me.
What are you going to? It's going to be that awful movie thing, isn't it?
No. Just hold on. And this was mainly meant for Mandy, but guess what? You all get to suffer from it. So I'm taking away the mulligan.
Okay.
Remember, that's why I bring him on here, so he gets the hate mail. Please, guys, save it for him. Thank you.
I love you guys.
No mulligan is the wild card for today. There's no mulligan.
No mulligan.
No mulligan. Great. Okay.
So whatever the time is the time, and you all will only get 1 spin of the wheel of points.
You all get 1 spin of your points. And gentlemen, don't hate me, please. When Mandy shows up or when you talk to her, thank her, because this is why I did that.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta love it. Okay. All right.
It's time to put a dick pic somewhere in Deadpool, Peter.
Oh my. All right. The wheel of names here is how we pick who goes first. We're going to spin that wheel. I guess I should share the audio and turn it down just a little bit.
It'll land on Mandy, isn't it?
Oh, watch it land on Mandy.
So this is what we're going to do. Since she is not here, we will hold off, and she will end up being the first in round 5, because we have 4 rounds. She will be the
Right.
first in round 5 if she makes it here. She does not. We'll spin the wheel again to find out who is going to start round 5. So we'll have to spin it again.
I know Peter has her phone number. Text her or something.
She's got a message saying "wake up."
Boom.
So,
Peter.
it's me.
Yes, you are going to be first.
Oh,
so
Lord.
we will remove your name. And if, like I said, Mandy doesn't come here, we'll spin it again and it'll be between you guys. So we're just going to move Anthony down 1, and this will be the way we go. Peter will go first, then Anthony, then Michael, and when Mandy gets here, she will be 4th. And last week we had Lord's Ward on, and he didn't make it here right on time, so we actually had to have him do the first 2 questions after we started round 2. So if that happens, we'll deal with that. Yeah. So we will make sure everybody gets the time. So this is the wheel of topics. You guys know what the topics are. Put them in the thing.
Yeah, there's one here that. Oh my God! What?
Name the single biggest influence for you from the world of comics.
Holy!
Let's just start off hard and heavy right now. Boom.
Oh my God!
Name the single biggest influence for you from the world of comics. That's right. I'm going to make you name names.
Oh my God! Right. Well, that's kind of easy, but yeah.
Oh, and I didn't say it, but the 3, 4, and 5 minute times that they get spun, they go off the board. So the 3 minute time got spun. We will take that off the board. We'll bring up the timer. That's not the right one. That's the rule of 3 one. This is
The timer's a timer, Chris. 3 minutes is 3 minutes. What does it matter?
because it says the Weekly Rumble official timer. If I don't use this one, then I get like all sorts of hate mail. And then the home office in Beaufort, Wyoming gives me a call and says, hey, you used the wrong timer. How do we know it's calibrated to the Weekly Rumble? I mean, there's all sorts of problems that come with this.
Chris.
Just telling you.
Chris.
Yes.
3 minutes is 3 minutes. It doesn't matter what timer it is.
You just don't know the people I have to deal with.
I know the person.
Crazy.
I know the person you deal with, so don't fool with me.
3 minutes is on the board. Peter, are you ready?
Oh,
okay,
I guess
good.
So.
Time starts now.
Okay, single biggest influence on me. Well, to be honest, there's 2 and they're equal, but I've got to pick one, haven't I? So I am going to say, be no surprise to some people, the late and very great Bernie Wrightson. The guy was a master, and there's been no one else that's even come close to him. His line work is impeccable. His use of light and shade, incredible. The contrasts that he uses. If you've ever seen his work, the detail is insane, which is kind of, I used to do that kind of stuff quite a lot. More recently, I've kind of dropped off from doing it, but hopefully we will have a book coming out soon or this year that involves that kind of work, that really insane detail. You know, like Wrightson, he'll draw every sort of line on a tree's bark, or he'll there's a scene in his Frankenstein book, and it's literally a wall of, you know, like beakers and test tubes and Bunsen burners, and then there's in the background there's like cobwebs hanging down, and literally everything he just renders out in pencil, and then it's fantastic. And the look that he gives to Frankenstein's monster as well is insane. And there's always a really nice light source in things, so you'll get some nice contrast down the light side, and then like deep blacks. Fantastic. And he's really good at showing motion in images, even with that much detail. Sometimes you lose that kind of stuff. You lose the action and the motion, but he manages to do it every time. And it's a shame we lost him. The book he was working on when he passed was it was the second Frankenstein book, Frankenstein Alive. He didn't even get to finish it. Kelly Jones had to jump in and do the last part of it. He did an awesome job, but it's still not right. You can tell the difference. I love Bernie Wrightson, and no one can disagree, can they? Really? I don't think. 26 seconds left. I can do this. I've not even mentioned his Swamp Thing, and you can see when you look at his Swamp Thing and then look at Frankenstein, there's a lot of similarities there in the character design, and just unbeatable, a genius, a master craftsman, and a great loss to the comic book world. How's that?
Unmute myself. That was great. That was hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I know what
Bravo.
Yeah, I mean, I understand exactly what you're talking about. You can always tell when something was started by one person and then finished by another. I like to use the reference of like, and I'm not going to go too far out of line. I'll use something you can probably, hopefully, you can follow. When Queen lost Freddie Mercury, they still had a lot of stuff that they were still working on, and they went and they finished it up, but there was still stuff missing. It was like, because he had a lot of thoughts into the music that it was like, I mean, it's good. It's still good. It's just, it's like, it's missing like the heart that Freddie put into a lot of stuff. So absolutely. I completely understand. So let's go to the Wheel of Points. First spin, we do not shuffle. So this is going to be straight up. There's 10s, there's 20s, there's 25s, 15s, all that stuff on there. It's going to be 15. I will go here.
Chris?
And I will, yes, sir.
Don't serve me. 15 points, right?
Yes, sir.
Give him 20.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course you agree. You're like, yeah, I'll take more points. Sure.
Excellent, Peter.
All right. 20 points on the board for you. Anthony, I'm going to give you your 3 minutes, and your time will start now.
Well, like Peter, I also have two that are equal, McFarlane or Jim Lee, but I'm going to have to go with Jim Lee if I can only pick one. They both have that exaggerated comic book style of the late 80s, early 90s, but Jim Lee's was a little darker, more realistic, as close as realistic that it can get. Everybody always kind of talks about like how his faces all look the same, but that seems to be like a trope, like for like many comic book artists that get that a lot. And but when he's drawing, like especially like action scenes, the ferocity that he puts in like characters like Wolverine and stuff in their face, it just can't be undone. Very back then, especially very creative with his perspective and his motion, and even when he would be drawing action sequences, he didn't chintz out and do a lot of like motion lines in the background and like leave out the background. There would be a background in his panels. His anatomy obviously was a little more refined than McFarlane's, but still, you knew you were reading a superhero comic. The men were buff, the women were sexy, and which is always important. A lot of motion to even his still panels, like someone turning their head, the hair flowing, and just little nuances in his art that I always picked up on. And this was back when I was 13 through 16, so I was going through like the height of my like really honing in on my art as far as where I wanted to be. And I have to say, I started off being a McFarlane clone and ended up being a Jim Lee clone for a little while there. And then using that, I've since branched off and has, utilized other art influences. and hone my own style. But at the end of the day, if I had to say who was probably the bigger influence on anything that I do, it would definitely have to be Jim Lee. He's just to me, he's the man.
Okay. Very good, very good. You said like the people get on him about the facials, like the way he makes his faces look, and they say it's just like always the same as what you said, right? Like
Right.
some people would say. The thing is though is that's kind of what makes you a notable person, is that there's something about how you do it that's constant. And maybe it's the way that you do facial features, maybe it's the body structures, things like that. For writers, it's just how they build characters sometimes, or how they write characters. I don't think that that's a fair assessment to ever say, because if you didn't think that if you couldn't pick it out, because like if his facial, the way he draws faces all the time is replicated time and time again, that's kind of how you know it's his work. I mean, and there's nothing to really take away from an artist that does that. It's like that it's that signature that you have, that's your drawing, because I can tell because of this, I think tons of artists over history have all had that. There's something about the way they draw that is, you can tell it's them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We shuffled and we're going to spin.
Fuck off.
25 points.
Bullshit.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. That deserved it. Yeah.
Okay. And 25 points.
Bullshit. I give you Bernie Wrightson, and he gives you shit.
I would have went with Bernie, but you took that one.
And it seems like the Wheel of Points knew that you stole his answer. All right. 3 minutes is going to be on the board for you, Michael. And your time starts now.
I think that growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, there are a lot of people that are pretty predictable. But I'm going to have to go with James O'Barr. Most people know his probably biggest comic book has been made a movie is The Crow. I remember watching The Crow the first time and actually going to go read the book. And the thing that really stood out to me was not just O'Barr's ability as an artist, but as a writer, and how both of those kind of molded on the page. And I remember reading The Crow for the first time, and I think ever since I've read that, I've known I've kind of wanted to make something like that. Just this raw testament of emotion, and him channeling his loss into these characters. And the other big thing is, everyone, all like, when you look at a lot of modern comics, it's all about the color and everything like that. O'Barr's, one of the big things that's so striking about O'Barr's The Crow is the fact that it's all black and white. And it's beautiful. And I like, even when I remember when they released the 10th anniversary edition, there was more stuff in there, and he had like pages done in charcoal and mixed media pages and everything like that. It's just tremendous. And so I really think that that James O'Barr is my pick for that. And it's weird because I'm right now I'm the only one here that's not on the art side. I mean, I dabble in drawing and what have you, but like you look at O'Barr's style on the art side of things, and you've got this beautiful mixture of like Western cartooning with Renaissance era realism, because that's where he studied. And you have just gorgeous work. Really influential to me in my style, and especially with things that I'm working on right now, in particular with just trying to take a lot of the dark parts in life and turn it around into a somewhat hopeful story. And that really resonated with me. And I think that he's one of the more underrated guys that you see from that era. And a lot of that has to do with he's not really a big personality. He's kind of that, hermit. So yeah.
Great choice. Doing like 16 things here at once.
No, I have a question. I have a question, Michael.
Yeah.
I love the movie, but I'm not a book person. I've made this known to a lot of people. What I look at is the art, not the story.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to picking or choosing comics, what I'm going to back, what I'm going to get. The Crow. The comic came first before the movie, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, I wanted to make sure about that because who doesn't like The Crow as far as a film? Now, as far as how accurate of a representation of it was from the book, I don't know because, like I said, I'm not a book person.
Yeah,
but I was just curious about that. Which came first? Basically, like the chicken or the egg.
Yeah, no, and the book did come first, and there are definitely some serious contrasts between what is shown in the movie and what the book is. But I think that what the movie did well was capture the spirit of what that book was and the tragedy of this guy losing everything.
Gotcha.
Coming back to try and make peace.
Okay. All right. Yeah, cool. All right. Did you shuffle it, Chris?
No, I am right now, and we're going to spin it. Ooh, that was close to that 50. That is 20. That is 25.
Add 5 to it. Make 30.
Oh! Why does everybody else get an addition, but I don't get an addition?
Because you were perfect.
I see how it is.
You were perfect.
Hey, your time's coming, bro. Your time's coming. Just be patient.
Patience, my young Padawan.
Patience.
Patience, Dennison.
Yeah, dude, don't.
That's all right.
No.
I'll win without any help.
All right. Mandy is not here. Mandy is not here yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that. Oh, yep. There's my script for the.
Fantastic.
No, I literally was like, boom, I wrote it, and I'm like, yeah, that's just how it goes. I got to make sure that I go back here and make sure I grab the pic. Oh yeah, there we go.
That's not the right one, Chris. You're highlighting the wrong shit.
No, I know, no. Oh, and here we go. Yeah, I didn't mean to actually highlight that. Okay, all right. So I've got the question. Yeah, I know it's a long night. I got the question from Andy. I got to keep track of what they were. So
no, I got a question for her. Where the hell is she?
Oh my god!
And here it comes. Oh, you see now, Peter, you better be blowing up her phone because this is her question. You better be blowing up that phone, going like, "Where the fuck are you? Your question is up."
And ladies and gentlemen, that, my friends, is why you have no mulligan.
Yeah, I know.
Is it because of the threat that I made?
No, because that question is horrible.
Anybody, to me, if you talk about sparkly vampires, you're on my shit list.
Why was Twilight the best vampire movie of our century? Oh my god. Every time I do one of these ComicsGate or something to do with people who are involved with ComicsGate, I always get some of the weirdest questions. That's like the only one that was like, where the hell did that one come from?
She loves the sparkly gay vampires.
Yeah. Now watch it be 5 minutes. Oh no!
Please. Yes.
Yeah, I'm much rather watch Underworld.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Underworld's not horrible.
Do we have to argue that it is the greatest? Or can I argue that it's really not the greatest?
Well,
You
can
can you can argue whatever you want.
Yeah, you can argue whatever you want, Peter, but don't count on the points at the end of it. Just
Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry.
all right, stay on target. Yeah, you'll be all right.
All right.
gonna
Anthony,
use the
you get to
force.
start. It's 1 minute, and your time starts now.
So why is Twilight the greatest movie of the century?
A vampire movie of our
Vampire
century,
movie,
as opposed to somebody else's century.
probably because I mean, it's the greatest when it comes to being the most boring, tropey, inaccurate representation of what not only what a vampire is, what a werewolf is, what a love story should be, what a love triangle should be, a father-daughter relationship. Where the hell was that father through half those movies? Like, it's only the greatest when it comes to anything negative. It's like the greatest deterrent of vampires that you can give somebody who's never seen a vampire movie.
Nice. Okay. Now, I'm going to add a secondary part to this question because maybe this will help explain why this movie or these books were like just as bad, probably. 50 Shades of Grey.
No, that's one of my points. Don't you use that.
No. Listen to me. Maybe you didn't know this. Did you know?
It is. Yes, I know. That's going to be part of my thing. Don't say it now.
Okay.
You're going to... God damn it, man.
I didn't say it. I won't say it. I won't say it.
Let the guys speak before you put in your 2 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 1 minute is on the board.
You want to give him
Michael.
his points? Hey, you want to
Oh
give him
no.
his points?
Well, you want to give him points? I guess we can give him points. I mean, I'll shuffle and spin.
Spin it. Yeah. 40. I can't say no more than that. I can't give him no more than that because he did go with what he had.
That makes your point 65.
Oh god damn it! That's a.
I think you should give him an extra 4. Give him an extra 4 points, so it's on 69. You know.
I like where you're going, Peter.
Hey.
Symbolically, he can have 69.
I was about to say, Chris, go ahead and change it to 69. I'm good with that.
No, it's all right.
Oh, I see.
Like I said, I'll win on my own.
hey, bro. I know how you operate. That's appropriate.
It is appropriate.
All right. 1 minute is on the board there, Michael. Why? Why is Twilight the best vampire movie of our century? 1 minute. Your time starts now.
The answer is it's not. It is the worst vampire movie ever made. It completely misses the whole point. And it's even like the worst vampire love story. You want a good vampire love story? Go read Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles or watch Interview with a Vampire. That's how you write vampire romances. It should be about the tragedy of the fact that these are cursed individuals with eternal life that have to deal with the fact that they can never go out in daylight. They can never associate with people. Like there are so many more clever ways to handle that topic. I was literally going to pull up a list of every movie made, every vampire film made since 1922. Like, this is ridiculous. You're going to put that over Bela Lugosi's Dracula? Horseshit. No.
Tell us how you really feel about this. I mean,
no, this is fucking stupid. And on top of that, it wasn't even supposed to be vampires.
no. But
Nice.
yeah.
Well,
That
alrighty
was-
then.
Nice.
Tell us how you really feel next time. You know, you don't have to hold back here.
Yeah.
Shuffle it, spin it. 35 points.
Fuck. I was so close.
Oh, the game's just getting started.
I guess we'll just make this a whole symbolic thing. I'm going to go ahead and give you 69 also.
Whoa.
Oh.
Well, you can look at that in two different ways, Chris, but still.
I see how this is.
You're gonna win anyways. You've already said that.
Mm.
All right, 1 minute. Peter, yeah, 1 minute. Tell us why
Have fun with it.
Twilight is the best, whatever the hell it said in our century. Your time starts now.
I'll tell you why it is the greatest, actually, because when anything kind of gets popular, when a big movie hits or whatever, like with Avengers, all the studios, all the TV companies just go out and buy up every vampire property they can, and it opened the door for a lot more vampire movies to get made. Studios were putting money into it. It gave us more horror on the screen, so that's why it's the greatest. And also, it was original. 50 Shades of Grey was originally a Twilight fan fiction, which put loads of horny women out on the streets and in the bars and the clubs, which was great for me, you know. So that's another reason why it was, a great movie. Well, was it a great movie? No, it was shit. It was terrible. But looking from that side of things, the stuff I've just said, you can't argue with that. More horror, more horny women. Thank you.
There you go. I can't disagree with that per se.
Yeah, how do you argue with that?
Aligning to everything, I guess. Thank you, Peter.
Exactly.
And I did argue why it was great, as opposed to why it's shit.
He's right. He is right. He did argue why it is.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
We shuffled it.
Go on, 10 points. Fuck off.
What do you think there?
He actually followed the question, so to speak. So just tie them all.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of horny men with 69. That could either be a really good sign or a real bad sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Weekly Rumble, where tonight it's a complete sausage party. How about that?
Yeah,
it is. Where's Mandy? Come on.
It sounds like this is starting to turn into a bad episode of Grease.
It is.
Oh, wait a minute. That was Sandy. Never mind, Sandy. Oops. Wrong movie. What we got?
Oh, Lord.
Who was the better artist? Who was the better artist between 89 and 92? Todd McFarlane or Jim Lee? Wonder whose question this is.
Feels like we already talked about this, but okay.
Yeah.
We'll
And
put
it
that
was
in the chat.
woefully wrong.
And we'll spin the timer, the wheel of time, and you will get 1 minute again. Oh, wow. Sometimes
Y'all are getting lucky. Lucky.
He's going to be mad. So the next time he's the wild card again, he's going to take like more stuff away. He's going to be like, none of this, none of that. No. Oops. Let's go here. And Michael, since it's the third question, it is your turn first. And your time.
Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I thought Michael already went first, but okay.
Nope. Third
My bad.
question. Michael, your time starts now.
All right, so between who is the better artist between 89 and 92, specifically that time frame, I would have to go Jim Lee. And I think a lot of that has to do with Todd McFarlane was still kind of figuring out his style, especially during that time. It was continuing to evolve, whereas Jim Lee was more settled into what would be his iconic style. I wanted to double check, and so today I was looking at reference images between the two of them, and I'd say personally I prefer Jim Lee's art in that time period. And it's not to say that Todd McFarlane's art wasn't great during that time. I just don't think that it was even the best that he has done here in his entire career. I think that he was still very much coming into it. Todd McFarlane was very much one of those pretty much self-taught on a lot of things when it came down to the art. And so, yeah, I'd say that, Jim Lee was better at that time frame. So, yeah, I think that pretty much wraps that up.
Huh. Well, I mean,
Okay.
you gave good reasoning. That's quite all you can ask for, isn't it? Let us do this. Go here. Oh, no. Screw off. We'll shuffle. And we will spin 35. All right. 35 points.
Yeah, that's doable.
And see here, we're just going to go to 105 since the 69 was a symbolic. I like fives and even numbers.
Because math.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's simple. It's 104. I mean, I can make it 104. It's my OCD gets into play. And then it's like, sorry.
Chris is a product of the U.S. educational system.
Fuck that metric shit.
Brought to you by public education.
What? Huh? I don't know.
Like, what?
That's where Mandy went. Gotcha. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. All right, Peter.
Hey, like I said, you guys don't hate me, hate Mandy. But
1 minute on the board. And your time starts now.
Well, out of those two gentlemen, the answer is Todd Mcfarlane. Todd Mcfarlane gave us the ropey Spider-Man webs. Yeah. And they've been used ever since. Jim Lee just gave us the same three faces over and over and over. And to be honest, neither of them are the best artists from that period anyway, because Simon Bisley, Simon Bisley just wiped the floor with both of them. Yeah, so when it comes down to it, basically Bisley, McFarlane, Jim Lee can, I don't know, fetch the coffee or something. That's kind of how I see it. What happened to the time? Also, Bisley, McFarlane was trying to do something different. He wasn't trying to be just a boring run of the mill like everyone else. Right.
Interesting.
There you go.
Okay. Let's do this.
300 points.
Wait, I didn't shuffle it, so this doesn't count.
Never fails. Chris,
do what?
why we always screwing with the panelists for, man? You take the timer away, the man's looking at the timer, you screwed him up. What the hell?
If I didn't throw some extra things into there to make things a little more difficult, these guys would hit these all out of the park, no problems whatsoever. They're all comic book and artist related. I gotta make it challenging for them.
I'm sorry. I just thought these guys could just draw. That was it. My bad.
Oh, jeez.
What we got? 15?
15.
Wow.
Oh, you were better off with the 20. Give him the 20.
Nah. I was going to say give him 25.
Thank you.
25. We'll bring him up to 95.
Anthony, I love you, brother, but you got to work for it.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, let's bring up the timer, and 1 minute is on there. Oops. All right, 1 minute. Time starts now.
Yeah, so like Peter said, there were plenty of other artists that were better. I just chose the two bigger influences on me. That's why I chose those two artists. For me, it would be Art Adams was the best at that time. But out of those two, I'm going to also go with Todd McFarlane. Even though Jim Lee was a bigger influence, that was a longer progression. In the beginning, like I was just totally drawn to McFarlane's style, like the very just the way he positioned bodies, like doing Spider-Man, putting him in positions that you never really saw him in before, trying different things with established characters like the Lizard and even Green Goblin and stuff like that. He was just everything that he did was just over the top and just opened the door for that whole genre.
All right.
You got a question that everyone probably could have done with more time on.
I know. I feel like I could have had a little more time on that one.
Shuffle and spin.
Well done, bro. Well done.
35.
Give him 40.
See?
Give him 40. Oh, wait, no, he said 40, so that's
Yeah, I was going to say that's 45.
yeah. And Mandy still has a goose egg because she hasn't had a chance to answer anything because
She hasn't shown up.
She's asleep. She's asleep.
She's standing us up.
all right.
Standing
So
up all the men in her life.
what we'll do is we will just go back. Peter, you will take this one first, and then we will figure it out from there.
Who's the better? Oh,
Who's
good
the
God.
better
Oh,
Jack
I've been-
Kirby
I've been
team?
dread-
New
been
Gods
dread-
or the Eternals?
Been dreading this one, and you'll soon find out why.
Oh. All right.
All right.
We're starting back over with Peter again. Do you need to spin the
Yeah.
wheel or what?
No.
1 minute,
no.
please.
No,
1
we'll
minute.
we'll
please.
do it again. We'll do it on the next one.
Do it just like normal. Okay. All right.
Yeah. We'll just.
No, no.
Oh.
4 minutes
damn
has
it.
been spun. We will remove the 4 minute. You guys were getting lucky. You should have known this was coming.
You're going to get 3.5 minutes of dead air here, by the way.
No, can't do that because that's
Oh, yeah.
all your points away.
Well, not all of them. Most of them. But,
Yeah.
We'll
4
leave you
minutes
with
is
the- we'll
4
leave you
minutes
with
is on
point.
the. Oh, you will leave it with a point. Yeah. 4 minutes on the board. Your time starts. Did I put that in the chat? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, just want to make sure.
Oh,
Time
wow.
starts now.
So, which is the better? Well, back when those books first came out, I was of a drinking age, shall we say, and a partying age. I've never read either. Never read either. Never had an interest in reading either, which is going to be like a shock to a lot of people. But meh. I have literally nothing to say about either of them. By the time I started getting into comics and stuff again, it was just they were just books that I didn't care about, really. Plus, I'm a DC man, so screw that Marvel crap.
Have you actually looked at the drawing
No.
styles or the writing
Oh,
style?
no, yeah,
Nothing?
well,
I mean-
yeah, there's a bunch of different artists and writers, though, aren't there?
Yeah.
So-
yeah. I mean,
I know a little bit about them, but not enough to really talk about them. So I used to go out drinking quite a lot, pulling chicks. I have literally nothing to say about either of these books. No interest in them. Yeah. 2 minutes 41. 2 minutes 39, 38, 37. I could just keep counting. No.
let's talk more about this drinking thing. Was this a problem? Or is this something that you
No,
was
it
really
could be-
fun and that's
could
why
be
you
a
never read the
teenager.
comics because you
I
were
was,
more interested in women and drinking.
Women drinking. I was in bands and stuff, playing bass,
Oh,
doing a bit of
you're a
vocals.
bass player.
I'm a bass
Ah,
player.
Bass player.
Singer, bit of
Were any
keyboard.
of the
guitar.
were any of the Eternals bass players?
No, would be the answer to that.
How about the New Gods? Were any of the New Gods bass players? Yes. What? Huh?
Chris, focus.
I'm helping him. I'm trying to give him stuff
Yeah,
to
just not helping.
segue into it.
He's the one getting the points, Chris, not you. So focus.
I mean, it's no. I was just, like I said, DC man. Anyway, so I'm more about the Batman and the Green Lantern and the Superman. No, just New Gods and the Eternals just had no interest for me whatsoever. I'd rather sandpaper my ball back than read that. It's I've never really got the 90s comic thing either. That's just not interested really. And that's me kicked out of ComicsGate. Thank you very much. Good night.
Oh. Do you want to make him do the last 1 minute?
I mean, to be honest, it'd probably even freak people out knowing that, I'd say I'm influenced by a lot of comic artists, but I'm more influenced by, classical artists. I'm more influenced by Geiger and Van Gogh and, Salvador Dali and things like that. That's
Same
where,
here,
and sort of old fantasy, those old fighting fantasy books, the Choose Your Own Adventure ones. The illustrations in those, that was my jam back in the day.
Cool.
All that kind of stuff, and a bit of Boris Vallejo or whatever, or
That's funny. That's where a lot of my influence comes from too.
Join me in the conversation. Yeah.
No. I got a question for Peter real quick. It was asked in the chat. Wasn't New Gods in DC Universe?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's shit.
It's a pretty big part because Darkseid literally came in as like the villain of DC.
Okay. All right. I have to say this before he even spins the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
What he spins is what you get.
That's fine.
He's hoping
Watch him get
50.
50. Watch him get
Seriously.
50 off this shit.
I hope so. 35 will do though.
No, it's 10.
10.
10. Yeah, I deserve it.
It's 10.
Sorry, Peter.
Yeah,
I'm not
sorry
even
about
gonna
that.
argue that one.
Just not my thing.
Okay. And now we will make it Anthony's turn. Anthony, you have 4 minutes to discuss this. Oh, did it again. There we go. All right, here we go. 4 minutes, and your time starts now.
It's funny. This is my question, and even I'm dreading 4 minutes. They're actually like Peter. There were 2 books that I was never highly interested in, but unlike Peter, I did read them a little bit. And out of the 2 teams, I'd have to say the New Gods is the better team as far as its creation and how the characters were fleshed out, the character designs. It was Kirby going over to DC, and that was like his big FU to Marvel, like creating this team because I think he created a team for them prior and then got like screwed on that somehow, and then went over to DC and basically created the New Gods, which was like a copycat of that original team, and just did a way better job. Though I'd have to say, when he went back to Marvel, he came out with the Eternals because he wanted to continue doing a team like that. So he basically copycatted himself yet again when he created the Eternals. And they're just really just little swap outs, although the character designs themselves weren't his greatest. And the stories weren't. The stories were actually better for the Eternals. I feel like the New Gods were a little more boring, but I think that's because he was working within the constraints of DC, who were a little more, they kind of kept you within a box with their characters, even if you created them. Whereas Marvel kind of, you still were in a box, but it was just a bigger box, So the Eternal stories seem to be more fun and exciting and fantastical, but the New Gods themselves as a team were a better fleshed out team, and the character designs, like I said, were just well beyond what he came up with for the Eternals. And like Mike said, I was going to even say Darkseid comes out of the New Gods. So without the New Gods, you don't have Darkseid. Without Darkseid, you have like none of what came in the 80s and 90s for DC. Like half of those storylines are just gone. They don't exist anymore. But then again, going back with the Eternals, you kind of have the same thing with Thanos. It was really weird how they were like literally just a copycat of each other. So at the end of the day, is one really better than the other? They're the same teams. But yeah, I would say the New Gods are a better thought out, fleshed out team. Again, it's also kind of funny that it was a big FU to Stan Lee. That was during the Kirby Stan Lee fallout. But the Eternals was way more fun to read. If you did read them, unlike Peter. But hey, if I was of age, I probably wouldn't have. I'd be out drinking too, so I probably wouldn't have read them either. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about for the last 30 seconds. Yeah, like I just long live Jack Kirby's. What'd you say?
Talk about boobs.
Talk about boobs, yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, the New Gods, the women's characters had way better cleavage shots. So there you go. They are the better team. A lot more boobage in the New Gods than there is in the Eternals. Thank you, Peter.
There you go.
Can't go wrong with boobies.
Excuse me. Where did Chris go?
I don't know. He
I'm right here. I was here, and I forgot that I turned off my camera because my son came down, and I forgot that I muted it too. Oh, but perfectly good way to end it, and that is, again, how men think, so therefore, you're right. Better cleavage shots. You got it.
hey,
Just
hey,
cited. Yes, sir.
When you shuffle the wheel, give Anthony an extra shuffle.
Shuffle 1. Shuffle 2. Spin. 25.
What the hell? That was a puny spin.
You want me to spin it again?
Yeah, it
No,
didn't seem like it
I'll
went
take
around
the-
that much.
I'll take the 25.
We'll spin it again, and you can get the higher of the 2 points.
Yeah, that seemed like a yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay. What the hell?
There you go.
Let's just add them together.
Oh,
Hey, for the boob ending, give him 30.
very good. All right, 30. So you're up to 140. Michael, 4 minutes is on the board. And your time starts now.
So unlike the rest of these guys, I actually appreciate the 4 minutes. New Gods all the way. For one, I've got my copy right here. The big thing that I really enjoyed about New Gods is that when Jack Kirby was working at Marvel, the big reason why he left was for years he was trying to do a Ragnarok story with Thor, where the entire Norse pantheon would be destroyed, and then the New Gods would come. And that's actually addressed at the beginning of New Gods. If I were to equate New Gods to anything, it would be effectively Jack Kirby's Silmarillion. It is a beautiful tapestry of new mythology. It's not just about the superhero team. It's about the entire universe. It's about the conflict of New Genesis versus Apocalypse. Okay? So you have these fantastical and mythological characters that are very reminiscent of the ancient age of heroes and mythologies of old, because that's the whole point. Is it's like Jack Kirby acknowledges it's a modern mythology. And then you also look at even the technology that he was used. A lot of it was inspired by up and coming technology, like mother boxes are effectively smartphones. It's genius. Eternals was literally Jack Kirby got brought back to Marvel and kind of did a hackneyed version of the New Gods over there. Were they maybe a little bit more fun to read? Sure, but there's nowhere near the level of passion that Kirby had in New Gods as there was in Eternals, and it's evident in everything that he did with his art. New Gods is one of the places where Kirby experimented the most with his artwork. New Gods is the birth of characters like Darkseid, Desaad, Granny Goodness, characters that would become staples of DC's entire framework for the next 30 years. And it all started there. And you also had characters like Orion, who were fantastic because they weren't really as much as they were the heroes of the book. Orion's moniker is the Dog of War. He's not exactly your standard hero. He's just the guy that wants to defeat Darkseid, and he's so obsessed with it that he's willing to cross pretty much any line. There's so much rich material in New Gods. It's fantastic. It's not even a question for me. It's an obvious answer. It's one of these things that I'm actually really upset that these characters have fallen by the wayside, with the exception of characters like Darkseid, because at the end of the day, Darkseid has been turned into DC's main villain, and Orion and the entire cast of New Gods have been left behind. But there's so much potential for them as well. Forager, you have a beautiful commentary on serfdom, effectively, because that's what Forager is he's a peasant that he and his people have been treated like crap by the gods of New Genesis, because they just don't even acknowledge them as beings. There's all sorts of really cool things in that universe. And so it's Eternals it has some really great artwork, really great designs, but it's lacking the passion and ingenuity that Kirby brought to New Gods, because New Gods was the conclusion to Thor that he was looking at doing, and it was the one that he never got a chance to do. And so, New Gods all the way. The Eternals can go jump off a cliff.
Well then, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah,
It seems like
I was gonna say that's what it was, right? He was doing Thor, and then it wasn't a team; it was a story
they kept pushing it back. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, we'll let you do that Ragnarok story. Just put out 20 more issues," and Kirby got fed up.
Right. That's what it was, and he took that story and created New Gods. So, but he basically plagiarized himself, but then plagiarized himself again. I know plagiarize sounds like a shitty word to use, but that he basically
the whole point was, in the Ragnarok myth, the gods die, and then a new cycle begins and new gods arise, and that's where the whole idea came from. It was
Right.
all about the cyclical nature of Norse mythology. And so the new gods arise out of the death of the old ones. And it's actively the beginning of New Gods #1.
Yeah, cause I know that even the title was basically an FU to Stan and Marvel.
100%.
Yeah, that was his middle finger to them, So,
gotta love the old world of the comics.
Yeah,
Everything was literally a middle finger to somebody. It was like,
yeah,
you know what?
and
You want to.
They kept their mouth shut publicly. They just put it on paper. That was it. Stan knew when he saw New Gods 1 hit the stand. He knew Kirby was like, fuck you.
Yep. That's for sure. All right. We're going to shuffle and we're going to spin.
Oh, fuck you. Really?
Really? JJ, what do you have to say about that?
Give him 30 total.
30 total. 35 altogether.
Yeah, that 10 was
All
a
right.
bullshit. Man.
I'm going to throw something in here since you guys are all here. We're going to throw in a really neat wrench here. I'm also going to do what I call the wheel of final points, which is after I don't tell you guys anything about your points. Instead of spinning this spin, I'm going to spin the wheel of final points, which has 100 to 1,000 points on it. You won't know what your final score is, but after the 5th round, I'll tell you what it is. Okay. So,
hey, Chris, is
Yes,
this
sir.
the beginning? Is this the beginning of the next question?
this will be the 5th round. Yes, I believe so. Because everybody got,
They haven't had a chance to pimp themselves yet, unless you was just going to wait.
Oh, well, I guess it could wait. No, let's go ahead. Peter, Anthony, Michael, you guys go right down the line. Peter, you can start first. Tell everybody about yourself, where you've been found, and what you're working on currently.
Right. Okay. So you can find me on Twitter at Peter Gilmore Art, like it says under my name. You can also go to stuntmancomics.com, which is it's Mandy's website, and I'm pretty much just working with Mandy at the moment. We've got Super Dead, which has just gone to print. So it's literally your last chance to get it. You've probably got like 10 days, maybe, I think, something like that.
Oh, seriously? It's already been shipped to print?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Went off to print either
Awesome.
yesterday or this morning, or yeah.
Awesome.
All the extra stuff's already in, like all the trading cards and bits and pieces. Mandy's been, that's probably why she's not here, because she's been awake for hours and hours and hours, putting boards into bags, getting everything ready to fulfill. After that, we are, I've started work on already, Wart the Wizard 2. At the moment, I'm remastering the first book, Wart the Wizard, and redrawing all that.
Yeah. I can't wait for that.
Probably about 15-20% into it. It's a big book. It's like 90 pages. So that's going to be fun. Follow me on Twitter or go to stuntmancomics.com, or you can go to Mandy Summers' YouTube channel. That's where I hang out as well. Thank you very much.
Next, Anthony, tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found and what you're up to.
You can find me at Dark Give Comics on Twitter or Dark Give Comics Presents here on YouTube. If you're into music and comics and art and some pop culture stuff, that's, come hang out with me over on YouTube. I do an open mic night on Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I have an art book on lulu.com, which you can go pick up right here, actually. And
really quick, sorry to interrupt you. Everybody's links and the sites you're hearing about and the projects you're hearing about are down in the description box. But go ahead.
And I do have a sign-up list on Indiegogo for my upcoming graphic novel, Hunting Alice, Book 1. And if you sign up, you do get a trading card from this gentleman over here. So.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it. Yeah.
That's it right now. All right.
I'm easy.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're female, he's easy and he's willing. No, I'm sorry. I get this really hard time thinking that that's a hard thing for you to come across. If you really wanted it, I think you're one of those guys that walks into a bar and every woman looks at her, looks and goes like, "Hey." No. I don't know.
I wish it was like that sometimes. But
all right, Michael.
Real quick, Michael, could you look at the private chat, please?
Yeah, I got you, but I'm sending you the link right now.
All right. Yeah, just send it in the private chat. I got it. Cool. Thank you.
I've got another one for you too.
All right, Michael, why don't you tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found?
Right. So I'm Michael Oden. I'm the creator and writer of Elysian Fields and Nine Realms Publishing. We have just got in the last pages of the interiors for Pyramid Gambit. The letterer is finishing up those, and then it's off to the proofer and then to the printer. So we're coming close to getting that done. We'll likely have that fulfilled sometime in February. The Indiegogo for that has closed, but we are running a Kickstarter as well as our first ever Kickstarter. Getting us on both of those platforms is a huge deal for both. For any indie creator, and so that's a big thing. So go on there. We are 33% funded, and we got 19 days left. So any help that we can get on there is awesome. And then we have the Embrace, which we just announced, which is coming in spring. As I mentioned earlier when I was talking about James O'Barr, he's a big influence on me, and so this is kind of my dark superhero take, inspired by things like The Crow and Todd McFarlane and Robert Kirkman's Haunt. So be sure to check that out. Signing up for that gets you a free pinup by Jim O'Reilly. And we have a variant cover by the Barton brothers, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you go to their go to their Twitter on How to Draw Comics. You'll likely see it. They posted it here about 2 days ago.
Very nice. Very nice. Guys, even though she's not here tonight, we're giving her crap. She has been really busy trying to get everything ready. And I mean, I know we talked about this on Sunday, so I know she's just been running around trying to get everything taken care of. And I understand working in music and stuff. Sometimes things you just can't stop. You got to get stuff done. So guys, please do look down in the description box. Mandy Summers information is down there too. Go check her stuff out and check out her YouTube channel and all of that stuff. Same thing with Anthony here. Anthony's got a YouTube channel. He mentioned it. Guys, go check. And if you're not subbed, please sub to these guys. They're great people. They got great things they do. And again, ComicsGate is such a great thing you guys got going on. You're a great group of people. The camaraderie you guys have is really good. That's awesome stuff. So guys, make sure you check all that out. Now, 5th round, like I said, I do not tell you what your final score is until after that, but anybody can win now because I'm putting the wheel of final points up. This is the wheel of final points. You will not see it. Let me make sure though. I don't know if I have like the, I don't know if I have mute. No sound. So you won't actually, we'll do this. We'll do the ticking sound. So you guys will hear it go. So, I'll be spinning it. I'm not just going to guess things, but we will throw that variant into there. So like a variant cover, like variant to mix things up. All right. So first off, we're going to spin since Mandy isn't here. We're going to spin and see if it's Michael or Anthony who's going to go first this round. It looks like it's going to be Michael.
Woo.
So,
all right, let's rock.
Michael, you're first up this round, and then it'll go to Peter and then to Anthony. The last question tonight.
Please don't be one of mine.
There are tons of great content creators in the world of indie comics, other than your own projects or someone's project on the panel. That includes Mandy because she was going to be on the panel, so that's not an easy out, guys. Other than anybody that's on this panel tonight or anything that they've worked on, name one you would say is a must to back. How do you guys like that question?
It depends on the time, doesn't it? Depends how much time we've got.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's definitely
That's
an
what
interesting question.
Oh,
God.
Awesome.
Damn it.
5 minutes. I can't even talk about myself for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I was supposed to.
Actually, I'm going to start a new YouTube segment called How to Talk About Yourself Indefinitely, and you guys can watch that and learn about how to talk about them.
Chris, no one needs more self-masturbatory Nobody needs more self-masturbatory content from you, Chris. We all know you love yourself.
I do, but you can see why, right? I mean, come on. Okay, 5 minutes. I'll make you this one concession here. Give me a good 2 minutes, and if you can't finish 5 minutes, then we'll be nice this time. Okay. I will be very gracious because 5 minutes. I mean, and come on, you're talking about people that you're supposed to love and respect.
Yeah, eventually
5
something
minutes.
bad's gonna slip out in 5 minutes.
It's a great book, but he's a bit of a dick.
Right.
Hey, honesty with admiration works. I mean, come on. All right, Michael, 5 minutes is on the board. Your time starts now.
All right. So this is a pretty tough question for me because I'm new to this community, and there have been a lot of people that have done a lot for me. But I've also got to take into consideration who are people that I have backed and why I've backed their projects. And I think probably the person that I have backed the most, and I would stand by to say that you should back this, is Mike Murphy. Mike Murphy has 3 I believe, books out there right now on Indiegogo, and every single one of them looks stellar. And I wish I could throw more money at him. I think I backed Deepwell like 5 times. Deepwell is the big one that I'll talk about because it's the one that I am the most invested in. It's a standard pulp. It's a pulp western with a bit of a Punisher feel to it. But the big thing that drew me to it was the design of the protagonist, the Gray Devil, who kind of looks like a mixture if you took like Hooded Justice from Watchmen and the Shadow and turned them into one character. It's an absolutely fantastic looking book. Like gorgeous art, great story, great storytelling. It's really, really just a top-notch project. And Mike is a great guy. I like he's one of those people where if you reach out to him and you have a project, he will have you on his show, he'll promote you, and then you take a look at what kind of content he's putting out there. And honestly, it's one of those things where that needs to be recognized. And there are a lot of people that I could put on this list. There really are. Lots of different books that I've read over the past year that are outstanding. But Deepwell still remains one of my top most anticipated projects of the future. And he's got I think the other one's Gods, and it's his cyberpunk book. Why am I blanking on this? But it has a very Ghost in the Shell kind of look to it, and that looks fantastic. The Gods Will Fear Us.
The Gods Fear Me, yeah.
Yeah, Gods Fear Me. Phenomenal looking book. Again, just an outstanding talent.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just take a deep breath, man. Relax.
It's all good. I am relaxed. But anyways, yeah, I would definitely say Mike Murphy. You've got a plethora of talent. He's got idea after idea. I think that he's looking at launching his first superhero title here this spring as well. That's looking pretty solid. He's got a lot under his sleeve, and he's got a lot to offer people, and not just even in his own content, but in the way that he promotes others. And I think that really makes him deserve the attention. So if you're looking for books to go back, other than obviously the fantastic panelists that we have here, Mike Murphy's always is a good bet, and honestly is one of those people that you can look at and see like these are the kinds of people that should be mainstream. Like these are the kinds of people that should be getting these deals, and unfortunately, because none of us are interested in inserting our own personal politics into anything, and we're just trying to tell good stories, we're getting passed over. And so Mike Murphy, definitely. And I think that's really all I can say.
That's quite all right. That is quite all right. Like I said, I'm willing to give you guys as much time. 5 minutes is the max, but I'll give you as much time as you guys think you can use. JJ, check your Twitter DMs. Okay, I see. Cool. All right. 5 minutes is on the... Oh, wait. No, first off, before that, we do have to at least make it so you can hear that this is going on. The wheel of final points.
But yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Michael went deep. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I will bring up...
By the way, yeah, definitely go and check out Mike Murphy's Deepwell, because if he hits the right number, then you get an extra story by me.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So, Peter, I do have to ask real quick before you start. Do you have a real life?
Dude, we've been in lockdown since like February last year.
Well, I understand that, but it's like, man, all you do is draw, man.
Well, if you were locked in the whole time and you were an artist, I would I can see how.
No. I just thought I'd ask because don't get me wrong, Peter. I love your artwork, man. It is awesome as shit. But I'm just curious. You're always doing something.
Yeah, well, if I wasn't working as an artist, I'd be doing it in my spare time, you know.
Oh,
So I draw for a living at the moment, and I also relax by drawing.
Makes
So,
sense. Hey, I'm actually, if it's something that you love, it's easy just to jump into it,
Yeah,
just relax and just flow with it.
it's the best job in the world. I'm so lucky and thankful for ComicsGate because just the support, the backers who back the campaigns. Yeah, it's.
I couldn't agree more.
Word.
I'm sorry. It was a question I had to ask.
Indeed. All right.
Yeah, no, I don't have a real life. I literally just
Hey, I just give you the idea for your next project to draw in your spare time. Let's just draw your life.
It would just be him sitting down at a table drawing.
But you see, but the infinite, it could be like a man sitting down drawing, a man sitting down drawing, a man sitting down drawing, a man sitting down drawing.
Make it like a micro story because the pictures, the artwork that Peter does seems to just jump off the page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Wait till you see Super Dead Man. You're gonna love it.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
5 minutes is on the board for you, Peter. If you can use all of it, go ahead. If not, just let me know after 2 minutes. I'm gonna make you do 2 minutes at least. So
well, that's right. Easy. Yeah, easy.
Okay, then 4 minutes. Time starts now.
Okay, so I am gonna choose Mary Boys by Carl Stefan. He's one of the UK guys. His first campaign, the first book, funded, fulfilled, all went out to backers. He's running a mailing list at the moment for the second book. Obviously, he'll be able to get the first book as part of the new campaign, but it's very British. It's very British, but don't be put off by that.
What's very British about it, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, we'll get into that. It's
Okay.
It's about four boys that are. See, I don't want to give away the story just in case. It's about four the quadruplets, and they've got a rare genetic condition that gives them larger than normal heads and hand. They kind of look like caricatures of people. They're all skinheads, and they all wear Knights Templar robes and armor. And they basically go out beating the crap out of people and righting wrongs with cricket bats and all kinds of stuff,
So a variant of a Clockwork Orange.
Kind of, yeah. It's like Turtles meets Clockwork Orange meets Monty Python in a way.
Cool. Wow. All right.
Yeah, and they like to drink, and the more they drink, the more powerful they get, the stronger they get, the better at fighting they get, obviously. And they're their guardian, their ward, or whatever. The guy who looks after them, he's a priest. So there's a little bit of religion in there, but not much. Basically, it's a bunch of lads going out and trying to stop the spread of multinational, these big corporations that come in and knock down all the small stores and build a big mall somewhere in the middle of nowhere. So it's I'm just trying to think now the best way to describe it. It's like Turtles meet. I don't know if you know the British TV shows. That's hard. Tank Girl. Have you ever read Tank Girl?
Mm-hmm.
The humor's kind of similar to that as well. It's very much like there's an old TV show called The Young Ones.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to that as well. And the art style is fantastic. Carl is a phenomenal artist. He does it all traditionally. It's all pencils, then inked, and then ink washes. Looks fantastic. So where normally, no, lost for words now. Just trying to think. So yeah, I mean, obviously they call the Mary Boys because they've been brought up in this Catholic kind of upbringing, and there's lots of swearing. I don't know if you know a show called Father Ted. that's a big influence. This is really hard to do, explaining British TV shows to Americans.
No, I'm good. I'm getting a lot of it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the first book. Well, I say the first book. It was split into two. It's like an oversized thing. It's like the British size comics as well. So they're big. The American ones are much smaller. Yeah, they were really my favorite books from the whole ComicsGate thing from the last year. Yeah, just how much time have I got?
No,
Yeah.
you're fine. If that's what you got, you got it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's yeah, he's a good guy. It's a great book. It's really, really funny. If you want to see what life in Britain's actually like, get it and read it. It's funny.
see, and you got
Yeah,
somebody
go
that's from
ahead.
over there too. So,
Yeah. Go ahead and stop it if you want, Chris.
oh yeah, no, I got that. All right, very, very good. Let's go over here to the wheel of final points, and we will spin.
1,000? Wow.
Mhm. How did I get on that one? Jeez. All right, I guess I'll give that to you.
Did you say it goes all the way up to 1,000 points?
Yeah, it goes 1, 150, 2, 250, 3, 350, 4, 455, 1,000.
Okay. All the way to 1,000. Down.
Make sure I got the right. Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah. I haven't seen nobody with those kind of points ever on this show. So yeah, this ought to be good.
Well, the random number generator could have done that because I normally ramped it up pretty big, but
Chris, you forgot. You showed the generator. It's a freaking wheel.
no, I mean no. I actually did use a random number generator off the internet for a while.
Really?
Yes.
You need to get rid of that software, man, because it sucks.
No, now it's a wheel. Now it's a wheel.
I know that from experience. That shit sucked.
I'm just saying, I did what I could, and that was it. Yeah. Anyways, 5 minutes is on the board. Anthony, your time starts now.
This is a hard one.
That's what
I
she said.
mean, well, you know what it is, because again, I would say Peter. He's been a good friend, and he's obviously established, but he's on the panel. Can't use Peter. Michael, new to the scene, but puts out two good books. Put out one good book, and the other one's on its way. But again, he's on the panel. I know a lot of people probably mention a lot of big names to you if you're not familiar with ComicsGate, and they'll say, "Oh, back EVS, back John Malin, back this guy, back that." And by all means, do so. You're gonna get some great stuff out of them. But I really want to focus on someone not as known. Out of the big ones, I would say Billy Tucci. He's a great guy. But I'm going to go with Vinny Tardamella. He's a really great artist, really good guy. He puts that, if you're worried about, if you've never backed a campaign before and you're worried about, am I going to get my book, this and the other thing, the guy's put out 3 quality books, and he's got another campaign out now. He's really has a good rapport with fans and everything. Little things that he does for for you if he knows that you're a big supporter of his. When I was helping him push Through the Woods, the hardcover edition, and I was just retweeting him every day and everything like that, and helping promote and everything. He knew I missed the floppies, so when he reissued the floppies, I backed that and the hardcover, and he sent me his actual proof prints for the floppies. I'm one of 2 people that actually have the proof prints. If you're looking to get into being a creator, he's very open. Will help you out. Just like again, Peter's the same way. If you reach out to him, he'll answer any questions you might have. I've never done digital art. What program should I use? What printer should I use? What this, that, and the other thing, like what should be the turnaround time, and just answering questions for you and stuff like that. And he likes to draw like cheesecake women, man. His women are hot as shit. So you can't go wrong with that. But I think I don't know if his brother's on all his books, but his brother helps write, so it's like a little family thing going on there. So it's nice to kind of help support. Just all in all, I would say Vinny Tartamella is a good guy to look into if you don't know who he is, and check out some of his stuff. Through the Woods was great. He put out a little Halloween kids book that was, I backed it. It was for kids, but it was pretty cool. It was funny. It was campy, for an adult to read. But
my son's favorites.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
And I'm looking forward to the pirate one that he's got out now. And then he's also got the other one. I'm drawing a blank on the title now.
Through the Woods?
I'm sorry? No, Through the Woods.
I think he's talking about City of Venus.
City of Venus.
Yes. City of Venus is good. I'm anticipating a book too. He says he's going to do one. And yes, I always go for the bonus boo. But hey, listen, just like Pete, Vinny and Pete draw like some of the hottest women in ComicsGate. It's by far. They do. They have butts, especially. I think Pete's got the boobs over Vinny, but Vinny's definitely got the booty. Vinny can draw a booty. He got the booty down.
If Peter draws the upper half and Vinny draws the lower half, it's like the perfect.
It's Cindy Crawford.
Wait
Nice.
till you see Super Dad. You'll see. I can draw that. I can draw that out.
No, listen. He could. Pete, I'm not taking away from Pete's butts. Pete's butts are good too. I'm just saying they each have their strong points. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think the whole thing that I wanted to do there was, I know you guys love each other's work within this panel, with Mandy, Peter, Anthony, Michael. I know you guys love each other's work, but the reason why I like working with you guys is the way your community likes to support other people who are creators. Whenever you guys go ahead, JJ. Sorry.
It's not all about me. It's about everybody. Yeah. It's about yourselves and everybody else involved and other creators. That's the way a community should be. Even everybody in the chat. These projects won't get out without word of mouth. You come and watch the show every week. Hey, you see a friend. Hey, I know this guy. He's got a killer YouTube channel. Or hey, check out this new indie comic I just found. Spread the word. Get this talent out there, because that's what it's about, right? Community. Why call yourself?
All we want is good comics. We want good comics. So
exactly.
We're making them ourselves, but we'll if you make a good book, we will support it.
Exactly. It's like, hey, back my shit. Nobody else's. No, it ain't about all that.
That attitude wouldn't last 5 seconds in ComicsGate.
All right, the final points. Remember, we still have the final 5. Peter has 505, Anthony has 540, and Michael ends up with 585. But don't worry, Peter, you're not out yet, because we just got the 3 of you. I want to make all 3 of you go to the final 5. Yes, that's should be scary for you guys. Yes. So,
all right, Chris, you're keeping score, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because
but you have the answers and everything. So if you want to double check me and all that, or actually, I'll tell you what, you can do it this time, because I tried.
No, don't do that. I'm in the process of doing something right now.
Oh, okay.
And I got to go back and look at the answers.
Okay. All right. Then let me. You take that out. Okay. So I've adjusted the scoreboard to just have you 3 on there, and I'm going to ask the question, and we're going to go in this order. It's going to be Michael, since you had the most points, then Anthony, then Peter. I'm going to mute myself so you guys can't hear if I'm giving you a point or not, because it's kind of obvious with my keyboard. It'll click and you'll hear it. So I don't want you guys to know who's right or wrong. So I'm going to ask the question and then give me your answers one at a time. Michael, Anthony, Peter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the first question in the final five, and I need to.
So I got the answers on it.
No. No. That also, again, is my, that was my script for the intro. So that's not the answers or anything. So if you go off of that, you're going to give me some really interesting answers. So the whole idea here is that you have to answer these the way that I would, not the way you would, but the way that I would. So, yes, get in my brain. It's scary. Trust me. I've lived this long, though. So
basically, the answer to every question is going to be me.
Yeah.
Me.
no, because it's not like that. Yes, I could have arranged it like that, but no, it's not like that. So,
No, you have to think exactly like Chris. So I pity you guys. I really do.
but he's had to do it too, so he knows how dangerous this can be. So,
I'm
gonna have to take Chris, guys. So
I'm gonna have to take a shower after this, aren't I?
Yes.
Yes, you will.
Yes. Sorry.
All right. Question number one. Remember, Michael, Anthony, then Peter. First question. Thinking back on Stan Lee's career, what is the most underrated character or characters he created?
Doctor Strange, I would say. As someone that didn't appreciate him growing up, I've gone back and I've read a lot of the original Doctor Strange stuff, and it's phenomenal.
Okay. Anthony?
Thinking like Chris. Underrated character that Stan Lee created. The Ant-Man.
Hey, time out for a second. Chris, did you reword the question?
No.
Okay, because you usually give them the choice, and you left that part out of it.
On some of them I do. I guess in this one, I will go this way. I'll let you guys re-answer this. It has something to do with the Fantastic Four.
Michael?
I guess it does narrow it down. I think. What was that?
I'd say the Thing. Of the Fantastic Four, I think that he's probably one of the most undervalued characters there. But he has some fantastic comics with him just going off and doing his own thing. Yeah.
All right, Anthony. Sorry about that.
So if we're narrowing it down to Fantastic Four, I mean, until recent years, this was true. Now, not so much. But I would say the most undervalued or underutilized character out of the Fantastic Four that Stan Lee helped create was probably the Invisible Woman. Okay. Until recent years, yeah.
Okay. Peter?
Doctor Doom.
Yeah. Very good.
That's kind of fun to, yeah. Well, you did say related to the Fantastic Four. You didn't actually say, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's it. That's what I said. All right. Next question. Given the chance,
can I change my answer?
You change? Sure. Go ahead. I'll give you a chance.
The second Miss Marvel / She-Thing.
Yeah. And okay. Now, next question. If given the chance, would I go back and change things in my life? Yes or no? Would I go back and change things?
No. There are a lot of things that, have hurt. There are a lot of things that have been good. But at the end of the day, everything that I have done has led me to here. And no place I'd rather be, I guess.
Okay. Anthony?
I feel like this is a little unfair because I feel like we had like a personal conversations like this before, but I'm going to say no.
Okay. Anything to add? You can add whatever you want. Okay.
Well, I mean, I know that, like I said, I know that there's certain things that you've mentioned, like if this was different or that was different, but I think overall you're content with where you're at and who you are and where your life's at. So I'm going to say no.
Yeah. Peter?
Yeah, I'm going to go with no as well, because everything that's happened to you in your life, that's led you to where you are now, who you are now, what's going on. So yeah, no, you wouldn't.
Oh, okay. I was reading the private chat for a second. All right. Let's see here. Question number 3. Better Jersey act. So you'd think that perhaps Anthony has the upper hand here, but I have a list. Better Jersey act: Sinatra, Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Paul Simon, or the Four Seasons.
Sinatra.
Okay.
What were the choices? It was Bon Jovi, Springsteen,
Sinatra, Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Paul Simon, or the Four Seasons.
Who do you like better?
I mean, yeah. Which is the better Jersey act?
I'm gonna say that you would say Four Seasons.
Interesting.
All right. Peter?
I will go with Springsteen, just to mix things up a little.
Very good. All right. Question number 4. You can only choose one. Mary Jane Watson, Gwen Stacy, Kitty Pryde, or Rogue.
Oh,
That's not a question for me. That's Mary Jane Watson.
Okay.
And this is who you would pick, right? We're supposed to be thinking from your point of view. Mary Jane Watson, Gwen Stacy,
Kitty Pryde, or Rogue.
I would say you would probably. It's a toss up between Mary Jane or Rogue. Your ego would make you want to go for Rogue. I'm going to go with Rogue.
same here.
Okay.
Same here.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
You won't kill me. You won't kill me when I touch you.
Ego power.
What is my favorite comic book characters? Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Superman, or the Avengers? Michael?
I'm going to go. You said it was Batman, Superman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going with Superman.
Okay. Anthony?
I'm gonna go with the Turtles.
Yeah, that's my
Damn
second.
it. Same again. Turtles. I was going to go with Turtles.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. So
Well,
that's
good.
5 questions. We're going to go ahead and I will share my my questions here. I'm first off going to bring over and show you the winner, because there is a clear and defined winner. Although at the last second, you guys were trying to make it close. Michael, congratulations! You got 3 out of the 5 questions correct.
Oh.
Peter and Anthony, you both got 2 correct.
Do we get to see the answers?
Yes, you do, because I am open and honest about this, because I've already written them down, and JJ gets a copy of these so he knows what they are, so he can give you this. All right. Thinking back on Stan Lee's career, what is the most underrated character or characters he created? Silver Surfer and Galactus. I would have taken either one. I say that because
Silver Surfer was Kirby.
No,
But-
Stan Lee was a co-creator on that as well, though.
yeah,
Was he?
yes,
Yeah.
And the reason why I say this is that he was trying to come up with this whole new kind of concept thing, and so Galactus was a world eater, and he made the Silver Surfer basically for Galactus as like a messenger or somebody who would go out and
a
find
harbinger.
Yeah.
I
And
wouldn't
so,
I wouldn't have guessed that, because Silver Surfer to me is not like everyone loves Silver Surfer, so that's not.
yeah,
where
but the thing is maybe the way I could have put it also was it's never, well, since he's not doing it anymore, it's never been handled, I think, properly outside of maybe what he does.
That's fair. I would say that.
But I don't know. I just think that it's underrated. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. That's kind of what this is the way I see things. Because I think a lot of his other characters, Hulk and She-Hulk, even a lot of those characters get a lot of they get a lot more recognition, perhaps. That's what I think. But again, personal choice. If given the chance, would I go back and change things? Of course not. And like you guys all said, it doesn't matter. Devastating things that happen to you, your bad choices. It's what you are. It's who you are. We're all going to make things, we're all going to mess up at times and stuff. And like, for instance, if I were to go back and change things, and I've always said this, even with my parents and stuff, it's like, I may have never been born, or my kids may have never been born. And I love my boys. And so I would never change that for anything in the world. There are things that, I wish they may not have gone the way they did, but I'm here. I know what's going on now. I wouldn't take a chance. So, Better Jersey Acts, Better Jersey Acts, Sinatra, Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Paul Simon, the Four Seasons, Sinatra. Always Sinatra. For me,
I misinterpreted what you meant by act. So I knew you liked Sinatra the best out of all of them, but I was thinking you were thinking about performance-wise. And I know you like the Four Seasons.
Yeah, I do like the Four Seasons. But in this case, I would say Sinatra, Springsteen, Simon are really close. Like I said there, the Four Seasons, and lastly Bon Jovi. I love Bon Jovi, so this is not like a huge major difference between any of them. I just love Sinatra's style. If I can wear a suit to work every day, I would. And I love the whole Vegas, the mobster stuff. I love that stuff. I mean, I just can't get enough of that. I'm from Kansas City. It's kind of ingrained around here. It's ingrained up where you're at, Anthony, in New York, New Jersey area, Vegas, Chicago, those types. But I love that type of stuff. Gritty, but Sinatra had a style. And I think so many people have taken cues from him as the years went by. I mean, the Big Cheese, I think, is one of the nicknames he got. And so, I mean, anybody that's got that, just the way that he was, I love that. But all of those are great acts, though. So don't think I'm just saying that, heads and above all other.
For some reason, I was thinking acting solely like the, on-stage performance.
Well, the Four Seasons were great for that. But you know what? I kind of did like how Sinatra just kind of sat there and says, you know what? I'm so damn cool. I don't have to try. You're going to love it. And Dean Martin kind of had that attitude too. It's like, hey, what's going on? I'm just going to sing a song for you. I'm going to smoke a cigarette, and you guys are going to sit there and like it.
holding his rocks glass.
Yeah. I mean, I loved that style. I was like, yeah. I mean, hell, if I could get paid and act like that, I would.
Well, you kind of already act like that now.
No, I know that's kind of why. What's funny is I was looking back up here, and Kasperius did kind of question himself, but he did. That was very good. You can only choose one: Mary Jane Watson, Gwen Stacy, Kitty Pryde, or Rogue. No, it's always going to be Mary Jane Watson. I'm a sucker for redheads.
Well, I knew you were a sucker for redheads. That's why I said it was up between Mary Jane and Rogue, and then I was like, So I just cut.
I would not kick any of those girls out of bed.
No,
not at all. You'd
be dumb. You'd be dumb to do so.
Yeah. So, favorite comic character: Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Superman, The Avengers. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with that. I remember, and Tom and I have talked a lot about this, so maybe that's where you've heard it too, Anthony.
Yeah, I knew that one.
I mean, the cartoon, the video games, the movie, the comic books, they made books, all of that stuff. I can't remember what it was. There was something that I got asked a question one time about something like that. It was like favorite cartoon was what it was, and I can't remember who asked it. And I said, I think it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but let me call my mom. My mom still remembers to this day that yes, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like everything then was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that's who it is. Those are the 5 questions. Again, Michael, you.
Oh, hold on, Chris. I got to question this. I really do. Just because of the first question, what I asked you about it, because you give them a choice. Okay, the first question, what you sent me, kind of give a choice, and it would have been the your traditional either or.
I sent it just
question.
like that to you.
Okay, hold on. I'll go back here. I'll read what you said. Thinking back on Stanley's career, what is the most underrated character he created? Silver Surfer and Galactus. Okay, you already give a choice there.
Well, no, I said I think it's those 2 characters because you cannot have one without the other. Kind of.
I understand that, but it's one question that I had to question because on the rest you give them a choice.
Yeah, I don't always give a choice.
From here, well, it's the first one I've heard. That's why I questioned it.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yeah, but they didn't. None of them got that right, so that doesn't change anything.
Well, I understand that.
You know what? I almost said Silver Surfer.
You see, and I would have taken either or. So I mean, because
I'd go to my head that was a Kirby one that Stan kind of
yeah,
that would speak killer.
I thought of 2, and I was under the same. I thought Kirby created him. Stan just wrote him. Like I didn't think.
Yeah.
I didn't think he came. I didn't think he was a co-creator.
No, I was just going to suggest, Chris, that you just spin for it, but
that's up to them because I'll let them decide. If you want me to spin for it, I will spin and see which of the 3 of you wins.
No. It's all good.
They're like, no. Okay. All right. So, Michael, congratulations. You will be getting a certificate because that's what I give my winners now: certificates. Digital things that you will get through Twitter that will have a picture. I will get with you in a DM and find out some information about you that will help personalize it. Last week we had all 4 people who were on because I was feeling gracious being the new year and all, or being New Year's Eve. We had 4 champions last week. This will give us, I believe, here.
You said we all went on the wheel, so
yeah, I'm looking to see the wheel of champions currently.
I think this makes 8.
I think it does. So we're gonna cancel that. So I'm not worried about that. Yeah, everything's wheels for me. Everything is wheels. The wheel of champions open.
The wheel of breakfast.
Oh wait, I guess I didn't. I thought I didn't save it. So it was Ords. It was memes. JJ, you don't go on there twice. And then LDG. And now Michael. And that is, it looks like 8 to me.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. What comes after 4?
5.
5. 12, 14, and 8. Yes. Yeah, 8.
We're all professionals here, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to say that. And this weekend on the weekly wrap up, I will spin for 4 names off of this, and that will be our tournament of champions. I don't know if that'll be next Thursday or not. We'll have to see how everybody's schedule works out. But guys, I do appreciate you being here. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourselves one more time so they know where to find you and all that good stuff. We will start with Michael, since you were today's winner. Please tell everybody about yourself and where they can find you.
I'm Michael Oden. I'm the creator and writer of Elysian Fields. You can find me on Twitter at ElysianFields_0. You can find us on Facebook on 9 Realms Publishing Facebook page. We have the Kickstarter for the deluxe edition of Elysian Fields up currently. with 19 days left, and we have the sign-up list for the Embrace, which will launch sometime this spring. Don't miss out on either project. And thank you guys so much for having me on, and it's cool to be the champion of something for once.
Oh,
Ooh,
very
yeah.
nice.
Check him out, y'all. He's rolling with it.
And we will go ahead and we will bring up Mr. Anthony. Anthony, tell everybody about yourself. And I love the Masters of the Universe thing in the background. I just saw that. Is that new? Or have you had it there for a while?
Few weeks. Yeah, it's the old action figure case.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, dude. Oh, God, yeah. That's another thing I love.
Which way should I go? I got my Castle Grayskull right there.
Nice.
Yeah, I found a bunch of old stuff in boxes that my mom had that I've been lugging with me for like years. Like after she moved out of the house and got a small condo, she's like, take these boxes, put them in your attic. And everywhere I moved for like the last 20 years. And finally I was like, I'm just going to go through these boxes. And they were all my shit. I was like, why did you say?
Yes!
I mean, a lot of it was my sister's toys too. But
don't lie, the Barbies were yours too.
No, it's funny because one of them was my sister's. I forget what it was called, but it was like the She-Ra castle because she had all the She-Ra stuff. You know, that's still sitting up in the attic though. I didn't pull that down. But anyway, I am Anthony. You can find me at Dark Give Comics on Twitter or Dark Give Comics Presents on YouTube. Come hang out, give us a sub. We do a lot of music and comic talk, and I do an open mic night on Monday nights. And I have an art book on Lulu.com, and you could sign up for Hunting Alice graphic novel on Indiegogo. And if you do, you get an awesomely sexy trading card by the wonderful Peter Gilmore, who is coming up next to shill himself.
Very good. And last but certainly not least, I love the avatar there, Peter. Tell everybody about yourself and where they can find you.
Find me on Twitter, Peter Gilmore Art, or just Google Peter Gilmore Art. You'll find me that way. I'm not the devil worshipper dude or the Australian chef. I'm the art dude.
I was confused when I went to look for you today, but I'm glad you've cleared that up.
Yeah. We've got a book out at the moment on Indiegogo, Super Dead. It is closing very, very soon. It's gone off to print. So if you want to get it, get on it in the next 10 days or so. We'll be having a big closeout stream over on Mandy's channel, which incidentally is where you can find me as well, Mandy Summers YouTube channel. Or you can go to stuntmancomics.com, and that's got pretty much everything to do with Mandy and the books we're working on together and all that kind of stuff. Next up for us is Wart the Wizard 2, and part of that campaign, I am remastering, redrawing the first book that Mandy did on her own. So, check me out on Twitter, check me out on Mandy's channel, all that good stuff.
Can I ask a question, Pete? I've been meaning to ask. Are you doing a panel for panel redraw, or are you?
I am. I'm using her breakdowns, using her panel layouts. Yeah, pretty much. But it's obviously my take on everything, my take on the character and all that stuff.
Awesome.
So it's the same amount of panels per page and the same amount of pages and all that.
Little bits have changed. I've done little tweaks here and there, but for the most part,
I can't wait to see what he does with being Han.
The original one that Mandy did is still available. If you go to stuntmancomics.com, you can find it there. But when those are gone, they're gone. I don't think we're going to reprint those. It's all going to be, which is why I'm remastering the first one. So it's all going to be from me. I think there's like 5 or 6 books planned altogether. So if you want to get that original one that was drawn by Mandy, the very first one, there's not many copies left. So get onto the Stuntman Comics website.
Oh, cool.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, my wild card tonight. Tell everybody about yourself there, JJ.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You can find me a little bit in a lot of everywhere, a lot of nowhere, everywhere in between. I'm starting to sound like Elihu. I got to stop that. You find me starting on Sunday nights. You can find me over on Chris's channel. I pop in and hang out with him during the weekly wrap up, which I'll definitely be this week because I'm going to see who goes on the Tournament of Champions. because I am the only two-time two-time champion of the Weekly Rumble now. So I'm curious. You find me Monday nights on my channel, which I'm probably going to move here in the near future to. I'm looking to Wednesday nights for my weekly live stream called Randomness at its Finest. It's a random panel, random topic, situation sort of thing. Come by, check it out, like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff that goes with it. And then Tuesday nights, you can find me over on the KHAOS list, which is simulcast off of KHAOS Central's YouTube channel and Biggaford Entertainment channel, which is Nzo Hodges. I hang out with Nzo and Danny Graham and Chris Knight and LDG Pixels and Elihu Who. See what Nzo throws at us from week to week, and also see how he throws us under the bus with his infamous honorable mentions. And then lastly, you can find me right here, sometimes as a contestant or as a combatant, as I like to say, or like I did tonight. I just pop in as a wild card and try to make everybody's lives miserable. And thanks for everybody for coming out. Had an awesome time tonight. The panel is stellar. The chat, phenomenal. Without you guys, we wouldn't have a show. I appreciate everyone. And thanks for having me back, Chris. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Not a problem at all. My name is Chris Knight. Guys, these shows that I do would be nothing without the people that do them with me and the panelists and stuff. I like doing panel shows. They're fun. They're interesting. I like to make it about you guys so people get to learn about you and get to know about your opinions, because that's what my whole channel is about, is opinions. And all opinions are okay with me. I don't really care. That doesn't mean I'm not going to give you crap about, if you think that new comic books that are done by DC and Marvel are awesome, because, well, that's fine. You can say that. That doesn't mean that I think that's true. Because I have seen Gotham High, and I have seen the new Warriors, and yeah.
What was it? One of them characters named Snowflake?
Yes, like Snowflake and Space.
When I heard that, that's automatically right then. Besides the fact of
everybody keeps dwelling on that, but the one thing that was the real joke of that whole thing was the internet gas, the experimental internet gas that turned the other kid into some weird, I don't know, like he could see the internet in his head. I don't know.
Well, didn't they try to say that it made him like into a vampire or something like that?
No,
that was another guy.
Oh, no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that's right.
Be negative.
Be negative. Yeah. And be negative. What weren't they trying to tie that into Morbius or something?
They hinted at it. Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Well, the internet gas was something that like Stan and Kirby would have came up with back in the 50s. You know what I mean? And it would have flew back then because it was like very like science fiction-y and like that whole cheeky science fiction era,
Yeah.
Right.
But it's 2020, man.
Well, she's laughing at that. But you know what, Dandelion Fluff, Allie, you could be laughing at that all you want, but remember, this is a show that people have claimed digital wind actually changes where the wheels land.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was after hearing them guys, it's like, okay, I'm gonna start backing. I back Wart the Wizard, Peregrine, I back Super Dead. I'm gonna be backing Hunting Alice. There's several other books out there. What they're giving us and what these people are giving us, the indie comic side is the way to go. Back these books, check these projects out. It's gorgeous art. I don't know about storytelling, but all I know is the art. The art itself to me sells the book because it gives you something to look at. And I've always been a fan of great art. So back these projects, check them out. Pass the word around, let's make these things a success, because these guys are out here doing it for you guys. Let's do it for them. That's pretty much all I can say on that subject.
Indeed. Make sure you check out all these guys. Check out ComicsGate. There's lots and lots of people that work within the ComicsGate realm. Check it out. And with that said, guys, I think that's everything. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it very, very much. And we're officially out of here, guys. Good night.
Have a good night.
Thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to both channels, and make sure to check out our friends in the Fandom Minutes. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and BitChute, and you can also send us an email at sean@seanstackhousereacts.com and Chris Knight at therealreview3000.com. Be sure to swing by our Teespring store to pick up some awesome merchandise.